What's up, guys? So yesterday we did a video about the missing weapons and armor, and I gave you how to get them, and then also why you pretty much don't want to get them. So a lot of people are raging on that video, which is really interesting to see. They're saying that, it's stupid, you should definitely go get them, they're easy to get, and it's the best thing to do. I can see their point. I mean, if you're only playing Archeage for a month or maybe 2 months, then yeah, sure, go get them. And if you like running dungeons, yeah, sure, go get them. If you're really like into Archeage and you think maybe 6 months you're going to be playing this game, you definitely don't want to have those weapons and armor. Those weapons and armor, again, are dead-ended. You can't upgrade them. I mean, there's no in-game for those weapons. Yes, they get as strong as delphinad / ionad if you put the energy, time, effort into them, and money. But again, you're not going to get much out of them besides that use. And then once 3.1 rolls around, there's a way better version. There's Arianar weapons coming out, and that's a completely new tier above Ionad weapons, blowing out tier 7 Obsidian and Ionad weapons in the game. So that is what you want to focus on if you're really thinking about the future. We should be seeing 3.1 in about 6 months. Some people complain that delphinad / ionad weapons and armor are way too expensive. Well, let's take a look here at the auction house and see there's actually delphinad weapons on the auction house here. And to me, they don't look that expensive at all, guys. They look pretty damn cheap. They're 3,900 for the cheapest, and then around 45. Well, no, 3,500 for the cheapest one right here. So we have it not set by low. So 3,500 to 4,500 here for delphinad weapons. Well, let's see, guys. The server's been live for a month now. You get a lot of labor points in that month period. Let's look at how much money you should have had or have earned from all those labor points. So 30 days, a patron gets 2,880, because I'm going to assume that you're a patron, because if you're playing Archeage, you definitely need to be a patron. You have to have that extra labor regen, and that's just crucial to the game. You have to have patron status. So those 30 days, you're going to get 86,400 labor points. That's just by being a patron. Plus, you're going to get loyalty tokens as well, but we won't really need to factor those in until later on. I mean, we'll just look at the 86,000 labor points that you got. Just by being a patron, 86,000 labor points. At worst, at the very worst, you get 1 silver per labor. So if I want to go and like combine logs into lumber and just sit there all day long doing logs into lumber, I'm going to get like 1 silver per labor point. Or if I want to convert stone into stone brick, you're going to get like 1 silver per labor point. So if you want to do things like that, those kind of like basic activities, you're going to get around 1 silver per labor point. It's really shitty, but people do it, and it's like unheard of easy to get 1 silver per labor. You should not be getting 1 silver per labor point. You should be doing other things rather than converting, basic materials into some more basic materials. So, with that token though, if you just got 1 silver per labor points, you would have 864 gold total from the entire month. So that's how much gold that you would have earned based on all of that labor use. If you follow my channel, you know way better than to get 1 silver per labor point. 1 silver per labor point, people just piss away that. No, you don't spend your labor getting 1 silver per labor point. The only exception to that is if you are trying to raise the proficiency and there's no other way that is actually better or faster to raise that proficiency. That's the only exception to ever getting that little of return on your labor. So generally, I like to aim for 10 silver per labor point. That's kind of high. I know a lot of people don't get 10 silver per labor point, but let's just look at that number right there. So if you got 10 silver per labor point, that's 10 times the amount of money that that person has got 1 silver per labor point. That means they're getting 8,640 gold every single month. That seems pretty high. That seems like a decent amount of money. I mean, I'm sure you can agree. 8,000, pretty much 600 gold is a good chunk of change. With that kind of money, you can go buy 2 delphinad weapons and armors right now. But you're maybe like, hey, I get 10 silver per labor point on my money, my labor, but I don't have that kind of money. Well, the thing is, as you play through Archeage, you end up spending some money. It's hidden costs like hereafter stones will eat some of your money. Also your gear. Your gear will eat some of your money as well. And then if you're building houses or farms, that eats some of your money as well. So you spend money. You're not necessarily going to have that entire amount of money unless you're just using it as like an alt and you're just building up money via crafting or activities like that and not really putting any money whatsoever into the game. But there's also a token plus here is that you get loyalty tokens as well. For logging in every single day, you get 5 loyalty tokens. So bare minimum, you're going to get 150 loyalty tokens, plus the patron clock will get you 1 additional every hour for 3 max. So generally, you're going to get around 175 because maybe you're not going to log in for every 3 hours, 3 hours every single day. That's worth around 500 more gold right there with the lucky sun points and then the lucky moon points, or also just the large labor potions. So you got a lot of great items that you can sell for your loyalty. So lucky star points are selling quite expensive right now, 150. Lucky sun points are around 300, and then lucky moon points are around 150. So with all those things considered, we'll take a look and say maybe you're getting around 5 silver per labor point. Plus that would also kind of factor into if you're spending some money on gear, hereafter stones, upgrades, teleports, and such like that. Potions, all that good stuff that all costs money. So if you're getting 5 silver per labor point, you're ending up having 4,320 gold for every month. That's a nice profit. When people say Apex is really expensive, like, oh damn, Apex is 150. Really think about it, guys. I mean, 30 days, we're able to make over 4,000 gold just by getting 5 silver or more labor points spent. Like, really? Apex is insanely cheap. Apex should be a lot higher. Just with the loyalty tokens alone, in those like 12 days, you can sell 1 lucky sun point and you can earn enough for 2 Apexes. You can also jump onto the other server. So we're North America and we play in the American server. We jump into the EU server, we log in over there, and in 12 days, we have enough money on the EU server to buy 2 patrons or 2 Apex, which gives us patron status for the entire month on both the North American and EU server because they're all shared. It's just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So easy to earn a patron status in game, so easy to earn money in game. Because, yeah, and then if you already have patron status, you definitely want to make sure that you get the labor stipend. The labor stipend will give you an additional 1,000 labor points every single day. Plus now with this new event, we're getting an additional 900 labor points every single day. So there's a new clicky box down here, which means for the next like 2 weeks, we're going to get 900 bonus labor points every single day. So adding all those things up means daily we're going to get almost 5,000 labor points. Let's see here. So we get 2820 for our patron. We get 1,000 for our stipend. We get 900 for our event, which means we're getting 4,780 labor every single day now. That's a crazy amount of labor, guys. And look at that. I mean, you use that, you're going to end up getting over 5,000 gold every single month. So easy. Pretty much even someone that's crafting stone bricks is going to get like 4,000 gold. It's stupid. There's so much labor. The prices are going to inflate because coin purses, even just opening those coin purses where the gold comes from, and then also the trade packs. Like, trade packs give 10 plus silver per labor, most trade packs, depending on how much the costs are. But the prices are going to inflate. Apex is going to jump way up. The problem with weapons and armor is that, especially with delphinad and ionad, it's all tradable. So these weapons and armor pretty much never get destroyed. And so once they're in the game, the prices are not going to go up. Delphinad weapons and armor are going to roughly stay around 3,000 to 4,000 for a delphinad weapon or armor. It's going to constantly keep that value, which is good and bad at the same time. Most likely, everything else is going to inflate slightly. Your crops and stuff is going to stay the same, but all the cash shop items dramatically inflate over the next week/months. Weapons and armor, again, stay the same approximately. As more supply comes in the auction house, the prices will drop down a little bit. You'll probably see delphinad coming down to like 3,000 gold. And then maybe in a month or so, you'll be able to sell it for right around that 3,000 gold again. With ionad is very sought after right now. there's no Ionod on the auction house. So no Ionod weapons on the auction house. We can take a look at armor. There should be one Ionod armor on the auction house. And it's very, very expensive. 30,000 gold. But right now, prices are kind of inflated. The prices of Ionod weapons and armor probably will drop down to around 15 to 20,000 gold. And when you really think about that, guys, not only is that a good value, but it's going to hold its value. So Ionod weapons are going to be pretty rare. In 2 or 3 months, when you go and try and sell your Ionod weapon or armor, it's still going to be worth that approximate, 15,000 gold. It's just that rare, that expensive, and then of course people are going to try and make sets. So with this is an Ionod wave. People are going to try and make a complete Ionod wave set, and then have the set bonuses there. So these guys will eventually, probably hover on again that 15,000 gold mark for value. And they can't really get that much cheaper because you can break them down into wisps. All weapons and armors now can be broken down into wisps. So wisps are used for the obsidian weapons and armor. And obsidian weapons and armor are actually a little bit, right now they're better than Ionod gear. I think obsidian tier 7 is better, but it takes so much money and so much farming that it's almost unheard of to have a tier 7 weapon / armor in obsidian. Tier 6 is pretty much the be-all, end-all weapon / armor for obsidian. So in a sense, Ionod is way easier to get and actually a little bit stronger than tier 6. But what obsidian has is they have these amazing passive abilities or traits on them. So like this right here increases physical defense by plus 437. So we have this one here, which actually increases melee attack by 13.2. And as you regrade them, it actually goes up higher. So these effects, these bonus effects, are amazing, and that's the main reason that people like obsidian. The downside is there's not a full obsidian set. There's only, I believe, 5 out of 7 pieces in obsidian gear, so you got to do something else for the other ones. But once again, it's going to take a lot of dungeon materials, and then it's also going to take other farming materials that you're going to need, and it's a lot of work, a lot of effort. In this version, guys, obsidian is not the way to go. It's all about Ionod and Ionod upgradable weapons and armors. Focus on that if you're staying at all. If you're thinking about playing Archeage for the next 6 months, focus on Ionod gear. Again, obsidian is great, amazing passive abilities, but they cannot be traded unless you upgrade them to the next tier. So if you have a tier 4 obsidian, it's bound to your character. When you upgrade it to tier 5, then you can trade it to someone else and sell it. It becomes really, really difficult to upgrade a weapon past tier 4. Think about that when you are making your weapons and armor. I know on my old legacy account I have weapons and armor there that is obsidian because that was the way to go. In 2.0, 2.5, obsidian was the thing. Obsidian was way, way good. Ionod weapons and armor was harder to get, and it was just kind of unobtainable. But in this version, Ionod weapons and armor is obtainable. It is not that difficult to get, and you will be seeing a lot more of it on the auction house. So, focus for the future. The future is Ionod upgradables. The future is Ionod. We don't know yet if all Ionod weapons and armor will actually be upgradable to Ionod tier weapons and armor in the future. We will find out in just a couple of days as Korean gets the 3.1 patch that introduces the Ionod tier gear, which is, once again, one step above the Ionod weapons and armor. And it's supposed to blow away Obsidian tier 7 and Ionods in power. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.